I just hope that all the women here tonight talk to all the men that aren't here tonight, and all you brave men that are here tonight. Talk to all the other men that aren't here tonight. And let's just get it going. Enough with the fighting. Let's get to the uniting. Let's get to the joy. Let's get to the repair. Let's get to prices dropping, rents dropping.
Listen, I know you've knocked and knocked, and I know you've called and called. I know you've given and given, and you're worn out. But the truth is, you are the front lines. This is it. I mean, I'm looking at these beautiful faces, these women, and these strong men. God, is there anything sexier than a man who is like men for Kamala?
Yes, they literally just said that. Those are woke Hollywood celebs pushing this lie that it's apparently sexy for a man to vote for Kamala Harris. No, I think male feminists are the biggest creeps. Anyways, Matt Walsh today will just destroy these woke Hollywood celebs and Harry Sisson, who's like a sissy, a little woke guy, woke liberal influencer who's literally paid to support the deep state. Yeah. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. Subscribe to my personal YouTube channel. I post on both channels twice every single day. Like this video, comment, and we'll get into it.
And then no one stopped this video from being released. In fact, the campaign began promoting it. It reminds you of all those staged photos of politicians standing over a grill on July 4th, wearing a spotless apron with creases still in it, holding a shiny spatula that an intern just bought from Lowe's 15 minutes ago. And you compare this to Donald Trump's viral video with a professional golfer a few days ago, and that racked up more than 10 million views because it was authentic. Everybody watching the video could tell that Trump loves golfing. He didn't struggle to hold his clubs. It obviously wasn't his first time on the golf course. It was evident that he loved the sport and everything about it, and he was good too. In fact, he started hitting a few drives that were better than the professional golfers. And by the way, would Donald Trump do any better handling a firearm? Probably not. But he's not pretending. That's the point. He's not pretending to be someone he's not. And if you want to appeal to voters, especially male voters, then authenticity is very important. Now, the Harris-Walz ticket can't match this authenticity because nothing about the candidates is genuine. If you put a Glock in Kamala's hands, and she'll do exactly what Tim Walz did probably. When candidates are this fake and lame and desperate, their surrogates don't have much to go on. So they end up sounding inauthentic and desperate. Here, for example, are Jennifer Garner and Julia Roberts making what could be the single most inauthentic acting performance in their respective careers, which is saying something. Watch.
I just hope that all the women here tonight talk to all the men that aren't here tonight, and all you brave men that are here tonight. Talk to all the other men that aren't here tonight. And let's just get it going. Enough with the fighting. Let's get to the uniting. Let's get to the joy. Let's get to the repair. Let's get to prices dropping, rents dropping.
Listen, I know you've knocked and knocked, and I know you've called and called. I know you've given and given, and you're worn out. But the truth is, you are the front lines. This is it. I mean, I'm looking at these beautiful faces, these women, and these strong men. God, is there anything sexier than a man who is like men for Kamala? You are.
That has to be a joke, right? Oh my gosh. Wow.
The front line of this battle, for lack of a better word. It really is. There are two ways forward, and you guys are going to have a huge voice in how that way is chosen.
So Julia Roberts wants women to go home and nag their husbands and boyfriends into supporting Kamala Harris. And if they do that, then prices will come down and we'll have joy again in the country or something. Never mind the fact that Kamala Harris is the sitting vice president and that by Kamala Harris's own admission, she bears responsibility for the Biden administration's policies. But don't think about that. Just berate as many men as you can find until they relent and do what you want. And then there's Jennifer Garner saying that men who support Kamala are sexy. Perhaps that will convince men to rush out to the polls. If they aren't convinced by the camo hat or by a lecture from Barack Obama, maybe they'll do it to impress Jennifer Garner. But, I highly doubt it. And if you're a left-wing male and you're passionate about Kamala Harris, at this point, you need to be somebody like Harry Sisson, the DNC shill who posts a lot on TikTok. Like him, you can't have any shame or self-respect whatsoever. So here was his pitch to men that he just posted a couple of days ago. And let's see if he does any better. Watch.
There are a lot of cowardly men out there who are supporting Donald Trump and think it's manly to do so. I don't know about you folks, but when I was growing up, all of the men around me told me to respect women, treat them with the dignity that they deserve, don't bully women, don't insult women. Donald Trump has done every single one of those things. He's bullied women, insulted them for their age, weight, appearance, things of that nature. He was found liable in court by a jury of his peers for assaulting a woman. And of course, to this day, he brags about taking reproductive rights away from women. So if you're a man and you're supporting this guy, what's wrong with you? Get it together. If you are willing to overlook Donald Trump thinking that your wife, your daughter, your sister, your mother are just pieces of meat and that he doesn't care about them, then I'm sorry. You're a coward. Now take your Monster Energy drinks, your lifted truck, and get the hell out.
When I was growing up, says a guy who looks like he's 12, and here we have the Democrats going back to the same well, a well that's completely dry because there was never any water in it to begin with. But this is all they have on the left. They don't know how to appeal to men, so after the gimmicks fail, the hats and all that stuff, they resort to insufferable, pretentious, irritating lectures delivered by the most annoying and inauthentic people on earth. Now, it's true that men will sometimes respond to a little bit of harshness, a little bit of tough talk, the old coach's speech in the locker room at halftime type of thing, but only when that tough talk is delivered by somebody who is serious and strong and credible, a leader of men, not a mousy little dork who would cry and call his mom if he got a flat tire. But this is the strategy the Kamala Harris campaign is now using in order to win over male voters. It's a mixture of insults and condescension. But all this stuff fails because the Democrats' message to men is fundamentally emasculating and debasing. They can't even pretend to respect the voters they're trying ostensibly to appeal to here. They can't even pretend to respect men, even as they're trying to berate men into voting for them. But that's the point of it. It's why they're promoting Doug Emhoff as a prototypical male, even after he had an affair with his nanny, even after he was accused of hitting his ex-girlfriend. The position of the Harris-Walsh campaign is that none of that matters. In their eyes, you're masculine as long as you do one thing and one thing only, which is to submit to whatever liberal women want you to do. Just do whatever.
That's literally what they want.
Whatever they tell you. Now, the problem for the Kamala Harris campaign, the reason they're flailing so publicly, is that despite Democrats' efforts to destroy it, actual masculinity still exists in this country. Men still exist. And in just a couple of weeks, to the great horror of Julia Roberts and Barack Obama, those men will vote. And they very well may be the ones who decide this election. Now let's get to our 5 headlines.
I mean, what a point by Matt Walsh. I mean, just think about it. How did that actress, Julia Roberts, I don't even know her name, seen her in movies before maybe, I don't know. I don't really worship Hollywood actors because I'm not weird, but for her to actually say there's nothing sexier than a man who supports Kamala Harris, is she a lesbian? I'm genuinely asking, does she not like men? Because to me, there's nothing creepier than a male feminist, aka a white man or any man that votes for Kamala Harris. Please stop the cringe. They can't because that's what these people do. They are inside and outside full on cringe. Thank you so much for watching today's video, guys. I'll see you next time.